Good evening, class. My name is Adriana Garcia. Firstly, I would like to apologize as I'm battling a little bit of a cold, so I might sound stuffy or have to wipe my nose every so often. So, this week we are discussing the Myers Briggs personality test. And I have an interesting experience because last semester during the leadership course, I used the Myers Briggs personality test as a leadership tool that I applied in the workplace. So I happen to have taken this test about 2 months ago, but from a different website. I noticed that the number of questions and the nature of the questions were very similar, but still a little bit different. So, what I find particularly interesting is that when I retook it with the new link that was provided, I scored it differently. So, I think that definitely gives it challenges the value of this personality test. So, let me go over the results a little bit. Last time I took the test, I scored as introvert, intuitive, feeling, and judging. And this time when I took the test, I scored as extroverted, observant, feeling, and judging. Again, feeling and judging stayed the same, which is good. And I'm going to go ahead and read what the handout the professor sent with the descriptions of the personalities. So the first time I took the test, I was INFJ, and the description is seeks meaning and connection in ideas, relationships, and material possessions, wants to understand what motivates people, and is insightful about others, conscientious and committed to their firm values, develop a clear vision about how best to serve the common good, organized and decisive in implementing their vision. The second time I took the test, I scored ESFJ, which is warm hearted, conscientious, and cooperative, wants harmony in their environment, works with determination to establish that harmony, likes to work with others to complete tasks accurately and on time, is loyal, follow through even on small matters, notice what others need in their day to day lives and tries to provide it, and wants to be appreciated for who they are and for what they contribute. I would say that both of these definitions or descriptions of the personality types can easily apply to myself. There's a little bit differences, like I would say following through on even small matters. That doesn't necessarily always apply to me. Sometimes that is, I admit, a challenge for me, um, as well um, as my relationship to material possessions. I'm not that I'm not that conscientious of the meaning of my material possessions. I tend to keep a lot of stuff in my house. I'm not good about throwing things away. Um, so I would say the main issue that I had with this is that this reminds me of the way that horoscopes are, in that anytime you read a horoscope, it's very easy and general to apply to yourself. You can always pick something that relates to you in a horoscope. And I think that most people tend to look at themselves in an optimistic light and not necessarily realizing their flaws. And these definitions that were provided are generally on the very positive side and don't give light to maybe some of the challenges that come with that personality type. And for that reason, I believe that this test, either one of them, might not be as useful as one would hope, just because it's so general speaking. Now, in my last class, I did have a couple of my coworkers who are also about in the same position as me in the organizational chart take the quiz as well. And we scored similarly, which was not surprising, as I've noticed we have similar work styles. But again, the responses were so general, it was very easy to apply to them, as well as like several other of my coworkers. So I'm not sure how useful this is in a setting. It could be a fun activity to do with team members in a staff meeting or something like that and reflect on it together, but I don't think that it's a tool that you could completely base your leadership style or leadership approach with individuals or subordinates. Um, with that, that completes my post. Have a good weekend, everybody.